why do I eat a low protein diet? I was always curious about how hormones could be manipulated naturally, since I wasn't interested in taking steroids or synthetic hormones. One of the things that I came across while I was looking into that topic was a study that was done by Penn State University looking at protein consumption and testosterone levels. What the study found was that high protein consumption suppressed the natural testosterone production. So therefore, contrary to what people are trying to achieve, they go to the gym and they eat a lot of protein, wanting to build muscle, while not really being aware that at the same time they're suppressing their natural testosterone. Of course, if you're taking steroids, this probably doesn't really matter because you're no longer relying on your own testosterone, and then your body is able to utilize whatever amounts of protein you are going to consume. But if you are a natural bodybuilder, you have to rely on your own testosterone in order to build muscle, and no amount of protein is going to be turned into muscle if you don't have testosterone. Having high testosterone and a little bit of protein is far more beneficial, because when you're anabolic with high testosterone levels, then you are able to fully utilize the protein that you've got. Whereas if you eat a whole lot of protein and you have no testosterone, there's nothing anabolic about it, and you're not going to be able to build any decent muscle out of that protein. And that protein is just going to be hard on your kidneys and your digestive system, and it's just generally not going to give you the results that you want. Apes are frugivores. The strongest of them all is the gorilla, and he's a true vegan. I know chimpanzees are also mostly vegan, but some people will say they go off and they eat other monkeys, and sometimes they do, but that is not part of their daily regular diet. That's just something they do occasionally. Both these monkeys are really strong. The gorilla is the strongest. The gorilla is a real vegan, and his protein intake compared to us is actually quite low. A gorilla's digestive system is pretty much the same as ours. It is optimized for digesting greens and fruit. The only major difference between our digestive system and that of the gorilla is that we have extra copies of the amylase producing gene. Amylase is an enzyme that we have a lot more of than gorillas or chimps or any other monkeys. It's an enzyme used to break down starch, which is food like grains, tubers, potatoes, carrots, that sort of thing. We can digest this a lot easier than the gorilla can. Other than that, we're pretty much identical. This is beneficial to us, especially in winter. It can be grown in large quantities in efficient ways, and it can be stored in winter without spoiling. We do not have any special genes for protease, the enzyme for breaking down protein, which would set us apart from the gorilla. We are pretty much identical. Now some people will argue, well, we humans have canines too. Doesn't that mean we're supposed to be eating meat? Well, gorillas have canines too, and they don't eat meat. But if you want to see a real canine, look at your dog's or your cat's mouth, and you will see that they are really prominently long to pierce into flesh. Look at a picture of a tiger. Now that is a real canine. Even though I would love it if you became vegetarian, or even better, a vegan, the main message you take away from this, even if I can't convince you and you really, really love your meat and you cannot imagine your life without it, take this message away that meat is not going to help you build your muscle, and it will suppress your testosterone levels. So therefore it is important, if you are working out and you're trying to build muscle, don't eat the meat for that. Eat your meat for whatever reason you still think you need it because you love it, but don't force feed yourself with a shitload of meat thinking it'll build your muscle, because it's not. Use vegetarian or vegan products, mainly vegan, plant-based products for building your muscle with a low protein content. And if you must have your meat, eat it for whatever reason you feel like you need to have your meat. I don't need any meat personally, but don't eat it for your muscle growth. It's not gonna help you. Keep your protein low. And the same actually goes for vegan and vegetarians. It's one of these things that just won't go into the public's head, is that even they seek out vegetarian or vegan substitutes because they think, I'm not eating meat, I'm not getting enough protein, I must buy this plant protein supplement, and they stuff that into their faces to try and eat as much protein as a carnivore would. But this is not necessary. Gorillas don't do it, and a bull just eats grass, and he's as huge and strong as it gets. He doesn't need all that protein. A little bit of protein is sufficient. You need high testosterone and a little bit of protein. Just the normal amount found in plant-based foods is plenty and enough. And you just eat that, and with the high testosterone, you will build good muscle, just like the gorilla does. I know you're scared that you might shrink. That's what everyone's been telling you all your life. There's a whole industry behind pushing protein products on people that work out or try to build muscle. But all you need to do is you need to try it out, and you will see for yourself, you will see a difference. Thank you.